I've got some really heartwarming music for you tonight, Grimmeth. I went and found some special songs. Maybe just a special song. I'm probably gonna give it another 10 minutes before I start streaming, because we've got a lot of dwarfs that need names. And while I don't mind just pulling names out of my ass, I'd rather take it from people who are gonna show up and be in the stream. And this could be the last migrant wave that we get for quite some time with this fortress. If everything goes how my heart tells me it's gonna go. So, get your snacks and your tea ready. Oh, I'm sure the elves will come back, Revi. They'll probably come back on war eagles, ready to just swoop into my base here and devour everyone. Hello, Diso. I've never had Ballista in Dwarf Fortress actually be useful. It's always served as more of a decoration than anything. Good morning, Mechanical. Another couple minutes here. I didn't see you say hi, Diggy Bear. You gotta say hi. I don't just randomly give them out unless you say hi. Good morning, Avat. Good morning, Mushroom Bear. I feel like crap tonight because I went and moved a wood pile and I ended up basically slipping. And I've hurt myself. I'm gonna be a baby about it tonight. I've actually got to record more Persona. I think I have one more video left to upload for it. I'm having a difficult time actually uploading videos because now during the day whenever I upload, a lot of the videos time out if they're too long. So I basically have to decide if I want to upload videos or if I want to stream. And for now, I'm pretty much just sticking with streaming. Space Station 13 is like mush. As much as I want to record it, you can't just hit record and then throw up whatever you record. And a lot of my ships just aren't very good. Long, boring rounds or ships on mush that devolve into nothing but shooting down hunters and repairing things. I feel like on those two series, if I can't get an extremely good video, then what's the point? I've already got enough videos of them that I don't need to just be recording and throwing up average garbage. Hello, Jobson. So, this is our fortress. I'm going to assume that most of you were here last night and know what is actually going on. Let's see, I can actually rename dwarves a lot quicker through here. Set nickname, this one can be Diso Mega, and this will actually help me sort it alphabetically too. And then we've got, let's see, Digibear. We got a huge wave of migrants. Mechanical Unicorn. Or your name's too long. Maybe if I don't put the space. Probably not. Nope. So you're just Mechanical U. Last night after the stream, I was gonna upload that whole stream as a VOD for you guys, but it broke it into 20 sections, like 20 little video clips, and there were entire parts of the stream just missing, so I uploaded all the clips to YouTube and then pieced them together as best I could. I also noticed that the music was way too loud. I need an audio engineer in here, a technician to yell at me and say, "Plump, the music's too loud. Turn that shit down." Who else doesn't have one? Alios? I don't think you need one. Maybe, yeah, you do. You had one in the other fortress. That's right, they got stung and killed. So, this one can be caffeine is life. I really do believe, Dorksmans, that this is the last migrant wave we should probably get. Yeah, but even with my connection dropping every once in a while, I would assume that in the year 2016, YouTube would have some type of good uploader. For Christ's sake, back on fucking 56K, I had Bonsai Buddy that could resume uploads Indefinitely, almost. 20-some years later, I can't get resumable uploads on YouTube. Who else? Nals D. I'm not gonna put the 1. We don't have robots here. This isn't the Fallout mod. Zoe. For those of you who also don't read the comments, Dion is working on another mod or Dwarf Fortress that combines Genesis and his Wasteland mod. Let's see, Goldini, do you have one? Goldini, I don't think you do. Looking through chat. Apartheid. Your name won't fit. You're just gonna be a Partheid R. You're part pirate. Jobson? I don't think you got one either. I might actually run out of names in chat for all these dwarves. If you don't have one and you need one, you need to speak up and tell me, because I believe that is just it. Goldini, Jobson, Mechanical Mouse, Volinger, Zol, Alios. That should be everyone. So this one is actually going to be Deeds. This one can be... We need some famous names. Somebody who can cause chaos. We'll throw Kefka into the fortress. I have not watched his last video he did, the collaboration. I generally don't watch other videos for people who do things that I really enjoy, which sounds weird, but like, if they do Space Station 13, I generally don't watch it. It's just weird watching someone else do Space Station 13. Sad Creeper, you get one. A John Cena. I don't really care for John Cena, but okay. If you guys want a John Cena in here, then if we're gonna have a John Cena, we have to have an Ultimate Warrior and a Randy Savage. Mr. Pickles? Okay. I do know who Mr. Pickles is. I'm not sure that I want a Mr. Pickles in my fortress, but there we go. So, everybody's named except Lemul here. A rotten little peasant. Kefka's a dwarven child, so he's gonna grow up basically spoiled rotten and in the arms of battle. This one can be Jeff. 1F Jeff. He doesn't have one. He is the guy who kind of got me into Let's Playing, basically. You probably did, Jobson, but that's okay. So, what is going on around the fortress? We've got a ton of new people. I'm going to have to assign them jobs. We're going to need to build a much larger rec room for them all, a dormitory of some type. Lock Kefka in a danger room. That could be something we design for him. Put a stockpile of food in there. Tell him that that's his burrow and he has to stay in there. It'll be a room where all of the children go. Let's see. Let's set these also to be tightly closed. And as I was dreaming today, thinking about just life and everything in general, this fortress design popped into my head and I realized I've made a clusterfuck of a mistake. I had assumed that with the channel here, it would make my fortress basically impossible to climb into. What I completely forgot is that where my bridges are, that's still just one Z level. People can still climb up that, so I'm gonna have to go down there and dig some more channels and make that a little bit deeper, depending on how cheesy I want to be. And I would still like to find a way to somehow fill that with lava. Okay, there's got to be a way to sort this by... Sorted by age, sorted by squad. Where's sorted by a migrant wave? There we go. So we've got the starters, the next ones, the other ones, and then all of these last people. They're just gonna get like a buckshot of skills. I'm not particularly interested in... actually, they can all have plant gathering and plant processing. I don't like playing on ASCII. I've done it before, but it's challenging, and I would rather have just actual tiles. No fishing, please. No fishers. I don't need you guys screwing around, wasting all of your time standing by the pond waiting to get knocked in and drowned. See, we can draw pretty pictures in the squares here. It doesn't matter what these people have. Everyone can have architecture. Curious why you have nothing. Probably because you're a child. That's gotta be Kefka. You can do everything. There's an alchemy skill as well that I've never bothered to use. Paper making. And at some point I will have to have some actual dedicated bookmakers that do nothing but write books. They'll be the legendary scribes for our fortress, writing down all of the amazing things that you all are going to do before you get horribly killed. Hunting. Who's our hunter? Jobson, you're going to be our hunter, apparently. You can do none of this stuff, though. You're also incredibly skilled at tanning. You've killed numerous things over the years. And you know how to skin them all. Thrilling spreadsheet action. And Toad, the leather worker, has been taken by a fey mood. This will be interesting. Do I have what you want? Has the aspect of one fey. That means he's going to make our first artifact, provided we have the actual A workshop for him, and then all of the random bullshit that he's going to want to slap on it. Look at all these lazy, loafing idlers. Somebody's telling a story. Ultimate Warrior has shown up, and he wants to tell a story. Go to activity. In the midwinter of 1877, the deep dwarf Daisy created a masterful willow crown. An Ultimate Warrior was so taken by its design that he just had to tell everyone. And no, I don't have what he needs. What do you want? So, he's a leather worker. That means he's gonna... I thought he already had, like, a leather working shop. Metalsmith, tanners, butchers, leatherworks. Okay, we'll put that out here as well. Actually, we're not using iron bars for that. How about just some wood? My dwarves have not created any books yet. I haven't actually set up a book industry. I've been trying to get just the basics of my fort set up here, like food, drink, gathering tons of plants and stuff. Because we're in a pretty dangerous world in a dangerous mod, using the Genesis mod. And it's not going to be, in my opinion, too much longer before we get locked inside. At which point we will turn to engraving down stories and writing books, I guess. As we slowly try to wait them out. Yes, the Genesis mod. Made by Dion and maintained by Tommy Tapio. It has rapist elves in it, Sad Creeper. Is that scary enough? Last night, Grimmeth had to put them in their place. Teach them that their kind aren't welcome here. An automatic plant gathering zone? Activity zone, gathering. Okay. Pick fruit from trees, pick berries, gather fallen fruit. Okay. That's kind of cool. Now if I turn my animal pen up there into a gathering place, is that going to interfere with my animal's ability to graze for food? And Toad has finally claimed his leather workshop. And he takes off sprinting to the nearby stockpiles, loading his arms down with all the goods he can carry. Taking back a piece of leather right now. The wild boar has been knocked unconscious by Jobson. I don't know if you're clubbing it. The tanner Jobson is hunting. Oh, you came with your own copper bolts, I believe, and you're crazily wasting them on hunting, whatever. We're gonna pump out a ton of arrows and bolts. Hunters will eventually transition into being your archer squad, obviously. Unfortunately for you, your copper bolts aren't sharp enough to actually penetrate the boar's hide. So they're just smashing against its skull, giving it a concussion. I'll wager money with you guys that those elves will be the end of this fortress. They're gonna show up with a war party and not be amused at all. Slowly carving a toothpick. I think that's Grimmeth's job, to taunt them while carving wood stuff. Okay. Let's expand this little tavern a little bit. The only visitor we had was a goblin poet that P-Kunk chased off. I don't know if he did it bravely or foolishly. And Robocop, what do you need? Chest, cabinet, and weapon, and armor crap. That is Vraidsoft's room. If I can find where Robocop lives. There he is, the sheriff. So he needs chests and dressers or he's gonna start being unhappy. I'm really surprised that we haven't had any mandates yet. Give him an armor stand. A weapon rack. I think he needs 2 of each of those. Armies of poets make a good secondary alarm system. Were you here last night, Jobson, whenever I was explaining why I don't like poets or bards in my fortress? The amazing experiences I've had with them. I have found that they make a great secondary siege force that bypasses all of your defenses and strikes at the heart of your fortress. P-Kunk, you need an office. I'm really surprised I haven't given you one yet. Nobody has that room, so this has to be the room I was designing for you. I think I was just waiting for these doors to get installed. All you need is an office to do your stuff, but you know what? After your amazing tactical display, you definitely do deserve this room, despite what all the naysayers in the fortress were saying. You're gonna have a lot more to catch up on after tomorrow, Kate. I'm probably gonna record like 5 hours of Persona. Hello, Metal Slime. Everyone still lives. And we'll have to appease Robocop by smoothing down all of the walls in his room. This is basically the pastime that my dwarves are going to be engaging in very soon. Smoothing down all the walls, beautifying the fortress, engraving various rooms. We're lovers and designers here, we're not fighters. Let's see, cabinets and coffers. Let's pump out... You can just constantly be pumping out blocks. At no point in your fortress's life will you ever have too many blocks. And as for you... I think I've already got some bookcases, but let's just pump out a ton of those. We'll build a library at some point, too. They've been pumping out masterpiece items for quite some time now. Butch was like a natural-born carpenter, I think. As soon as he picked up his first piece of wood, he knew in his heart that that was how he could strike back at the elves the most. And what are you? Grey Langur. A small monkey that can be found in forests and the streets of towns. I don't like the fact that they're all running towards the entrance of our fortress. Don't you bastard monkeys come in here. What they'll do is they'll make a beeline straight for my stockpile. And Toad has created a sheep leather masked helm. Let's see. It's called Alt Touch the Fat Limbs or something like that. This is a sheep leather masked helm. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with sheep leather. It menaces with spikes of sheep leather. On the item is an image of the secret of making maps, the leopard seal parchment scroll and sheep leather. So somewhere out there in the world there's a secret scroll that'll teach you how to do cartography. I wouldn't be surprised if that monkey right there goes and steals it. Where is it going? It stole something. What did you steal, you little bastard? It's overcome by terror. Maybe it didn't steal anything. It's covered in tons of water from the rain. I'm gonna have to draft a military squad here in a minute to deal with these monkeys. Somebody shot a bolt. Jobson cancels the hunt. He has no ammunition. Oh shit! The stray tiger's had enough of the monkeys. It rumbles out of the pasture, chasing the monkeys down, maiming them and ripping their throats out. You go, tiger. That's how you deal with monkeys. Let's see. A stray tiger. We'll make the stray tiger available. Somehow I think I can assign these, right? Assign trainer, hunt training, war training. We can train the tiger for war. I'm gonna make the silver fox available as a pet too. Unfortunately, it can't be trained for war. That makes me sad. Do I have anything else that can be trained for war? Dogs, yes. So I need a dedicated animal trainer. I can make a war pig? We're gonna ride into battle on a fleet of war pigs. Okay. Where's the animal training thing? Animal trap. Kennels, maybe. Place the kennels down here in the corner. I think that's maybe where you train things at. Jobson is totally not a vampire and should have the tiger. Unfortunately, I can't just assign the tiger. I think I could assign a specific trainer. What do I have that's really good at animal training? Dis Omega has 2 points in it. And you're not really doing anything else, so Diso, you're gonna be the animal trainer. You'll get this war lion or war tiger up to snuff, or you'll die trying to train it. You're pretty good at wax working too. And we will leave animal hauling turned on for you. You're not going to be a miner. So you need animal training, animal care, and maybe gelding. Interrupted by a gray langer or whatever. There's not going to be much of those things left to distract us for very long. Mr. Pickles, the animal dissector, was being trailed by the tiger for a moment, having his butt sniffed. Our dwarfs are sleeping on luxury with all these masterpiece beds. Oh, come on, tiger. Get pissed off at the remaining ones here. You know what? Hang on. Hen pasture. Do I have the tiger set to this? No. Cow calf. Gosling. I don't know what the cave is. Forest mastiff. I do have the tiger set in there, and the silver fox. The tiger and the silver fox don't need to be locked up in the pen. They can roam free and do whatever they want. It only looks like they're stealing a thing whenever they're trying to. Wait, maybe. I think, is this one, what the hell is it doing? It's damaged. It's got a grown, it is trying to steal something. You thieving bastard. Okay. Let's create a leather armor squad. I don't care what tools they have. It'll be led by... Do I have anybody that's got any combat skills? Daisy is an adequate swords dwarf. Doc is a spear dwarf. And Kate, you're a competent spear dwarf. I really don't want to pull you off of your tasks, though. Grimmeth isn't adequate. Alios, you're an adequate fighter. You're going to lead this squad. It's going to consist of the Ultimate Warrior, Nalst, and Goldini. And oh man, this is going to be difficult to set up. I can't remember anything about the military. Let's make them active and station them up here in the entrance. If for some reason they get tore apart by monkeys, I guess that's what we'll deserve. First, maybe we make them active. I don't know. I don't know if they should be set to active/training or just inactive and stationed. We'll give them a couple moments to show up here. And I think we've got a kitty on cocainium over here. What you doing, cat? This thing is gonna get away. There we go. The dwarves finally chased the thieving bastards down, pummeling them into the ground. It's led by Goldini and Nalst. They were born for this. They jump on the monkey's back, slamming his face into the ground. The axe dwarf places a chokehold on the gray langer's throat with its left upper arm. Tap out, bitch monkey! Tap out before I break ya! They're trying to impress the Ultimate Warrior and John Cena, which I don't particularly blame them. Joking, I didn't even think about that. That's horrible mechanically. That's why I'm no good at this. I don't see easy jokes. I should have taken that. And damn it, they got away with a moist fabric thin air. Whatever the hell that is. We need... I would assume that these would be corpses. So I need a refuse and corpse stockpile somewhere. We'll do an offshoot down here. These are going to be nasty little storage rooms of dead bodies, refuse, baby diapers, all the nasty stuff we don't actually want stinking up the place where our dwarves live. Let's not think too hard about why it was moist, guys. Okay, that should be the last bed. We can make training maces, hammers, spears, swords, daggers, or axes. I'm kind of partial to axes, but if we do end up going against the undead towers, we need to be able to pulp things. So, our dwarves are going to be trained in the ways of hammer time. I don't know exactly how we're going to craft a bunch of hammer weapons for them. I found that while looking for more Western music today. I had to take off the man with the harmonica song because it got a copyright notice. I kind of figured it would, but it was worth the risk. We store the dirty diapers far underground, Kate, so we can eventually turn them into compost. It's where all the stray body parts are going to go and everything as well. A great giant dwarven garbage pile under the ground. Truly the best treasure our fortress will have. Okay, I also need to check something. Dwarfs gather refuse, dwarfs ignore refuse from outside. Let's gather it. Let's ignore the vermin remains. I'd rather I'm pretty sure we can gather this refuse and actually still use it. Military, you can stand down. Get back to your civilian life for now. That's what we'll use for our catapult, Deso. We'll just load it up with year-old baby diapers and fling them at the enemies over the walls. We'll try to stink them out. Okay, let's see. Actually, the kennels are to capture a live land animal or to tame a small animal. So that's definitely not what I want. Workshops. I can't remember exactly what it was called. I thought it was just an animal tamer thing. Animal trap. What do you guys have to build to train your war dogs and your war pigs? An animal... It's a zone now? I guess that shouldn't surprise me too much. And it is a training zone, well, I'll be damned. Okay. Now the question becomes, how do you set it up? How do you set it up then so that they actually use the zone to tame things? Deso, there you go. Train stray tiger for war. I guess you automatically do it. You used to build little workshops and then they'd bring the animals up there and train them as best they could. Have them jump through hoops and beat them with whips and clubs. Speaking of training tigers, something else we need to design, what I think we should do on this floor is actually going to be the hospital. that I'm sure is still as much of a pain in the ass to set up as it always was. These will basically be individual patient rooms. Okay. Make this maybe a stockpile room for thread and stuff. Just a big old emergency room entrance that'll have chairs and tables. Maybe some beds, just basic beds for them to come crash onto. They won't have the traction benches and stuff. I don't know, setting up the hospital... I'm gonna fuck it up and it's not gonna work. If I'm not mistaken, it's gotta be done very specifically. I actually think you need a bed and then a traction bench next to it so they can just slide the patient over if needed. Kinda like a real emergency room. We have 266 laurel leaves. This is amazing. Tons of meat from the monkeys. The dwarves wasted no time hauling them over to the butcher station and chopping them up into jerky. So what do I need in the room, Bomb Zero? A bed and a traction bench. I don't need individual stockpiles in there for like thread and sutures and things like that, do I? I'm half tempted to dig out here in the dirt, but I'm gonna end up regretting that if I do. We need a place for our military squad to train at, somewhere that's fairly close by. I think that we'll make an offshoot over here. And this first squad of 4 warriors, they'll have a bedroom. And then at the very end of this hall, they'll have their little training area. That's where this squad will live. It'll eventually have to go up to 10. So... and then... let's see... my bees are still being awesome, of course. Designate gems, designate all. What is this? Auto mining orb gems? I'm kind of scared to mess with that. I'm not sure what this is right here. Standard, marker only, auto mining. Did Toady go ahead and add auto mining in there? Where it'll mine out valuable gems and stuff for you? Apparently I've fucked something up. Okay, I get how that works now. That's actually pretty cool. So let's say I can set that to gems. I can select an entire area, and they will only mine out the gems that I highlight. That's good to know. I think that was a feature that was originally only in the DF pack. There we go. That'll be their little training room. But if Dwarf Fortress is all automated, what will we play? Or are we just gonna watch it? Will be set up to mine and build fortresses on its own? Hey, Raid Saw. It's only been going for about an hour. 40 minutes of real Dwarf Fortress, maybe. And honestly, it's been really quiet around the fortress. We were attacked by a band of monkeys that our tiger dealt with. I don't see it being trained. Deso Waxworker. Where is our tiger at? Stray War Tiger, congratulations. Owner, how do I assign this? So I punch my microphone. Where's Grimmett at? He's the one who's getting the tiger. Inventory, preferences, work animals. Congratulations, Grimmett. You get a war tiger to follow you around now. It's gonna be your pet and your bodyguard. Deso, you need some dogs to follow you. Or not Deso, but Jobson. That way when he's out there hunting, he's got a little bit of backup. Factorio drones? I've never played Factorio. Let's see, Diggy Bear. You are, yeah, currently drinking. I guess maybe you're a brewer. Need to set these back up. We can now brew drink from fruit, which will give us wine. Feed meat to pets? Feed tallow to pets? I have no idea what feeding meat to pets does, but let's do it. Because why not? I'm sure that the tiger would like some meat. They are slowly... I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's see. Stone detailing. Sort by migrant wave. This entire migrant wave, except for Deso and Jobson, need to be helping smooth down these walls. A Sylvan Caravan from Albaki has arrived. Are these are the same ones that we dealt with before? Surprisingly enough, they returned. They didn't bring any wagons this time. And they only brought 2 traders that I don't particularly trust. They've got shifty eyes as they enter our fortress, no doubt having heard what happened to the last traders that showed up on our doorstep. Merchants have arrived. I don't know if I actually want to seize all of their stuff this time. Let's see. Grimmett, go ahead and take your tiger and establish some dominance. Let them know that we're not fucking around. And if they don't give us a good deal, we will take their stuff. I'd rather not break into an actual fight with them, Deso. They are elves. They are probably trained in combat, unlike our dwarves. Oh wow, the therapist screen? Not go away. Go away, therapist. For some reason, the therapist didn't want to minimize. So yeah, I've moved some trade goods over here. Just a couple of craft baskets filled with probably wooden trinkets. So when Caravan has arrived, they're unloading their goods. And I believe Grimmett is standing guard with his tiger. I don't know where the tiger is. But I can assure you, if the elves step out of line, we will eat them. We'll let them know what it's like to be 8. So I want to trade all of this stuff away. Morale, that's all wood. If they get pissed off for some reason because I accidentally trade something to them that has wood in it and they get angry, we are gonna take all their stuff. I mean, I'm trying to work with them here. A grown sallow bowl. I don't know what that is. A canaf tunic. What does it mean, guys, if it's red? I've never seen that color in here before. Grown. Maybe that's something that I stole from them previously, so they'll know not to trade it. Okay, we've only got 980 value to trade with them, and they've got a lot of stuff. They've got a grizzly bear in a cage, a cougar. You know what? We're gonna seize all this stuff anyways. Fuck it. I want that cougar and I want that bear. And I can't afford it. And it's not like I give these elves any respect anyways. We're gonna take all their food. Maybe next time they won't send any fucking merchants here. They'll get the message. They're not welcome. Seize it! Grimmeth goes, oh yeah, bitches, in case you forgot. You're on private property and all of your goods are now forfeit. What I'm curious in though is getting that bear trained. Maybe our dwarfs won't actually be good at fighting. We'll just have a... Oh, we can't... Why does that have an... It doesn't have an owner. Okay, the bear... A fucking raptor?! We stole a raptor from them, okay? A cougar? Of course we're gonna have a war raptor. It'd be crazy not to. Okay. Good luck, Diso. You trained a tiger without getting your head ripped off, but can't... Are you dwarf enough to train a raptor as well? You can see the tiger patrolling around. Yeah, an actual dino raptor. I don't know how to actually... if we can find it in this cluster fluff somewhere. Once it's maybe out of its cage and running around, we'll take a better look at the raptor. See what it says about it. That's a cougar worth stealing. That's a cougar worth going to war for. What do you mean a tiny raptor? It's a full-grown raptor. I didn't know there was such thing as a mini raptor. Have a good breakfast, Avak. Going to guess that it's going to be biscuits and tea. I feel this is good fitting music for the horrible decisions this fortress is making. Goodbye, elves. Don't come back. We're doing this under the decree of King Bowsy. I think raptors were the same size they were in Jurassic Park. They just have feathers, but I don't know. Diso, are you ever going to train that? You're reciting poetry. His performance is at the first line. The Grand Mark is an example of the poetic saffron. The work has no particular subject. The writing drives forward relentlessly, and it has a very serious tone. Overall, the dwarves rate the poetry as passable. The poetic saffron is a dramatic poetic form concerning current events originating in the paint of rasping. The Grand Mark. So what event could that be detailing? Possibly us seizing the goods from the elves, the Grand Mark. We have stigmatized the elves with a Grand Mark. What do you mean I need more doors? I don't know what to believe about dinosaurs anymore. Nice. If you get ambushed by a giraffe, you got problems, son. The sneakiest of all animals. The most stealthy. Let's see, in here we need armor stands and weapon racks. I have all the armor stands on that side. I don't have nearly as much stuff crafted as I thought I would. Okay, we probably don't need any more fucking cabinets. Do armor stands. Do weapon racks. Where is that? There we go. Soon, due to the fact that I'm not actually expanding the fortress much anymore, we're going to have to start doing some exploratory mining, or we're going to run out of usable stone. Did you already train the raptor? No. Maybe Deso's just too scared to train the raptor. I mean, if I was him, I'd be having second thoughts about it. No job. It's also possible that we can't. Let's see, tame a small animal. Maybe I've got to trigger that first. Do I have to tag the creature to be trained? I have not found a cave system yet, and it's possible we can't train the raptor because our civilization doesn't know how. I can't exactly remember where to check that. Toggle availability, Gelding, select trainer. There's a way to see what animals your civilization knows how to train. And if for some reason in World Generation your civilization never ran into those animals, they might not know how to train them. It's out of their area of expertise. Which, if that's the case, will make me incredibly sad. Let's see. For now, though, let's put all of those in it. Maybe that's because they're in a cage, too. There's a lot of strange little things. Well, I don't have any peanut butter, Goldney. I thought your name was Goldini for a while. I don't think Dion modded in peanut plants. Don't worry, the raptor's perfectly tame. Watch that be the downfall of our fortress. I think it's tame. Yeah, it is. As long as it has the tame next to its name, you're safe. I was actually worried for a second. A loose raptor? I don't know if our tiger could win. And our military would probably just curl up in a ball. There we go, an animal has become a stray war raptor. So, who gets the raptor? Probably Alios. As the militia commander, I could definitely see that being useful. You'll get the war raptor. And I think it's perfectly fitting too, for no reason at all in particular, that RoboCop gets the stray war pig. And for the war grizzly bear, let's see. We'll just let the war grizzly bear run away for, like, run around for now. I don't like all these idlers. You guys need to be going and doing something. Go gather a bunch of plants. Just stand around. If your dwarfs stand around, it means they have time to talk and socialize. And if they have time to talk and socialize, they have time to work. You're pretty damn good at training, Biso. The fact you're versatile enough to train anything from pigs? You son of a bitch, Doc. Doc has given birth to a baby boy. He's also dropped a plump helmet on the ground. The baby can't work yet. Bullshit. I guarantee you we're gonna get that baby to work. How do I check your crap? So who are you married to? The Doc is married to the Joker, and they've got a baby. That's disappointing. I don't want a baby in the fortress. Maybe we'll put the animals through their war tests, DSO, to see if you train them properly by making them fight the baby. If the baby can win against the tiger, then it's capable of surviving in our civilization here. Oh, we have child labor enabled. I don't know what we'll have the baby doing yet. Let's see. Feb Tersterneth. Obviously, babies have absolutely no skills when they're born. Let's put the baby to hard work. Baby. Oh, do I not have... Where is it? Generic dwarf names. I have... When unchecked, exclusions are ignored. I really wanted a baby doctor, but I don't want to cause equipment problems. Having dwarves get stuck with weapons or tools, or not being able to pick up something because a kid owned it. For now, we can't do anything. The baby's just gonna run around. If I could draft the baby into the military, I would. Ah, they gotta become children. Well, I wanted a fresh-born baby to be a doctor. He was gonna run the hospital that we built. We'll call him Patch Adams because of his heritage. Okay, this training area is just about to be completed. And then I need to take those military dwarfs and completely remove any civilian professions they have, because they're going to be just 24/7 training or guarding. Babies can't really fight, but they make great shields. And once the baby does die, they make a great bludgeon weapon as well, so don't ever discount your baby resources when it comes to war. They can also be used as a distraction when the elves show up. Hello, Kaboli. Good morning. Oh, my side. It feels like my appendix might explode. What do you mean they're not a very good fuel source? Once you get them up to the point of combustion, they are incredible sources of fuel. It's just getting that initial heat barrier broken down. I feel like we need a bar fight with this music. So who's reciting poetry? Goldini, you're reciting poetry. This performance is at the stanza. Surely nobody can say afterward. It is an example of the amethyst music. The work has no particular subject, and overall the poetry is actually quite inspired. The amethyst music is a solemn poetic form intended to satirize the future originating in the empires of rain. Okay. Our dwarfs don't much believe in the future, so they're very sarcastic about it. Does anyone know the combustion point for a dwarven baby? How much coal do I need to stockpile? The war tiger comes down here and jumps over Kefka. I like how the tiger just goes where it pleases. Where is the war raptor at? I was hoping I could zoom to it. Maybe we need to find Aelios, since he's running around showing off and bragging about his war raptor. I feel like it should be down here. That's the stray silver fox. It's a proficient observer as it sits in the middle of the room, listening to the stories of the cocked head as if it almost understands what the dwarves are talking about. I have a feeling we're going to need to expand our farms as well, too. If for none other than to get a better booze, I guess, production line going. Also, let's see, rabbits, males, it's time to die, nanny goats, all of these pups. Otherwise we're gonna have a rabbit explosion. Now Mr. Pickles is reciting poetry. He's repeating the exact same poetry that was just told. They're reciting the oral tradition back and forth just to make sure that they've got it locked and committed to memory. 1400 degrees Fahrenheit to combust. Probably add an extra 50 or 75 on there just for how tough and hardy dwarves are. And the stray rabbit has been slaughtered. Clubbed in the head by Dorksman the butcher, who squeals with glee as he grabs another rabbit. Needs empty food storage item. Are you telling me that we're out of barrels? Barrels are something I should never run out of. Let's also make a bunch more bucklers. I think I've got like 30 of those just setting around by now. Step ladders. I'm not entirely... I think step ladders are primarily used for harvesting fruit from trees. And you just make a bunch of wooden blocks. That should be going 24/7 too. That way, any wood that I've got out here is constantly being pulled back into the fortress and turned into blocks. Mr. Pickles the plagiarist. They're just passing down oral tradition. Everywhere I go, I just see that tiger now. Fucking attention hog. Still haven't seen the legendary raptor. Okay. And I think that'll be enough. Remember, you don't need to make your farms super big. We have no pigtails. Let's turn that into plump helmets. I don't like fields just sitting here empty. And there we go. Baby-fired blast furnaces? No, but there are like various altars and stuff like we can build in this game. Maybe there's one for sacrificing babies. Let's see, what has Dion added? We've got the altar of nature, the altar of war, not the soap makers. The alchemical workshop, the anatomical theater. Some of these things we have to create specific items for, so let's see, we need 2 cauldrons for that. What is this? Anatomical theater. That would actually be good in the hospital. Just like... put it right there in the center. I'm curious what this is. I think that dwarves can train their medical skill on that. Look, game, I don't care about rabbits being clubbed to death. Sad music for the rabbits to be killed by. As far as I know, ballista work just by shooting straight forward. I don't think they can go up or down Z levels. If there's a Dwarf Fortress expert in here, maybe they can enlighten you, though. No! Go away! I might just seal off the fortress not because of invaders, but because migrants continue to show up. I don't need any more. There's a bookbinder, that's kind of nice. For some reason, some of my dwarves just get enraged by walking out into the sun, Revy. They don't want to be dealing with that crap. So how many did we end up with this time? I had 35 before. We're up to 43. Ugh. All that means is that there's more dwarfs for the military squad, so... let's see... an adequate halberdier. A skilled spear dwarf. Professional mace dwarf. That's our bookbinder. No, you're gonna be making books. At some point. An engraver that I don't care about. A peasant that's worth literally nothing. And a trapper. We'll give them names here in a minute. gonna have to go get a drink in a minute and just let this run, I think. And some of my forts that like I get really defensive with, you can say have a long tunnel like this too. And as soon as the enemies start coming across the bridge, have your ballista fire and then evacuate it. But I've never been able to get more than like one shot off before the ballista is overran anyways. And catapults, I've never had them actually hit anything. Keep crafting your heart away, Butch. Most of my ballista end up being completely worthless because I'm pretty sure that you can't have military dwarfs man your ballistas, which means civilians have to do it. And as soon as the civilians see the enemies they're shooting at, they run away. So it kind of defeats the purpose of even having them. Let me rename some of these dwarves. God, there's so many of them. This, let's see, who doesn't have a dwarf yet? Red World. I know you guys can't see Dwarf Therapist. I actually disabled it. Shano, you get one. Kaboli, I don't think you've got one yet. There's a Brazilian in here. As long as he doesn't start his BR stuff, you'll have one. And Larian. You didn't have one. So let's see, this last one can be... We'll add Mad Max to the mix. I should probably keep some of these unnamed just in case. Just in case you guys start dying soon. Oh, something's grown into be a cat. Cats and rabbits. The bad thing about kittens, about cats, is that they'll actually be adopted and then you can't slaughter them. Okay. Let's have some secret names in here. Yeah, I've never used a trap corridor. And generally, if I do build traps, I'll build, like, maybe a dozen out here all spaced around, and those will be the only traps I have. I don't use traps in my fortress or trap hallways or anything like that. I wouldn't mind setting up a drowning chamber if we had access to a river or something. I've seen those be used to incredible effect. So let's see. Anatomical theater. Train wound addressing, train suturing. I think out of all of these, we should probably train wound addressing, but that most likely takes thread or something that I don't have. Damn it. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna have to start an exploratory tunnel somewhere down. Because real quick, we're gonna have to get started on our metal industry. We need actual weapons, actual suits of armor. I need to get this set up as well, don't I? Okay. So... this is our first barracks. And the Gilded Tools are gonna live here. Congratulations on that name. You can train here, you don't need to keep any equipment. And you guys have active training now. How the hell do you do the schedule? They're all set to train. Sleep in room at will. Train. We'll train 5 soldiers minimum. That way we don't need all 10 there to be training. And then I think we need to copy this. pasted. On every single month right there. The military screen confuses me significantly. So, create squad. What I also need to do is set up a patrol route for them. We can have them kind of patrol out here, just pace around in front of the fortress, uncover any hidden thieves that are setting out here. We'll let them train for a few seasons, though. Let them get some squad cohesion before they're thrown out. And capture live land animal. I don't think I can do that because I probably don't have the specific traps required. Let's see. Probably be under a carpenter's shop then. What's this about Doom? Well, our Doom, for some reason, has not yet shown up, and it's got me confused. I was thinking at most we might have 20 to 30 dwarves in here, and we're already up to 45. And we'll probably get another migrant wave next season. Right now the biggest threat is simply from those elves showing up. And trying to take back not just what we stole, but everything that we own. There's our monkey. Where the fuck is this raptor at? Is that it right there? Stray cow calf. Cerolocozin. Granite Viper is the raptor's name. It is a fierce taloned bird creature, relentless in its pursuit. It resembles a wingless bird with powerful jaws and legs. Feathers adorn its arms and head in a colorful crest. Its markings vary widely in shape and color. So it's a size 150 biped. I have no idea what the size is. Like how that stacks up. Dwarves might be size 100, I'm not sure. No, Bowser probably won't show up until we get enough people to actually entice him to come here. I think we need 80 for that. I don't know why the raptor's not following Alios. Maybe it assumes that you've got it, you don't need any help. Or, I need to quit being a fucktard and get it out of here. So, let's see, the war grizzly bear can roam free, and the war raptor can roam free. The war pig can go to Robocop. Okay. Now, Alios, you'll have your War Raptor by your side to triumphantly ride into battle, or to mistake the fact that you're just training with these people and to kill your sparring partner. Wait for dodging demonstration. Nalst says he's not waiting for anybody's combat demonstration, he's doing an individual combat drill. When Red World shows up, he says he's not entirely sure how he's supposed to dodge while wearing all this armor. The raptor looks more like a giant rat or kangaroo to me. Also, let's change something. We're going to add another performer to the tavern here. Maybe we can get some more people to show up. Somehow this guy didn't get a name. So what are you doing? He's a trapper. Metal Slime, you're a manager. I'd love to make Deso the entertainer, but then I don't think he'd ever have time to go train animals. But you don't have anything else to do, Deso, so you're going to be another performer here. In your off time, you will train animals for the zoo, for the circus. And a stray billy goat's been stung by a bee. What can't you escape, Metal Slime? Being a manager? Some people are just born to manage. So there's Robocop's room. He's finally happy. None of my nobles actually require anything. We have a shaman and a beard doctor spot that we need filled, as well as the militia captain. I don't think I'm gonna fill those yet. Good idea, Deso. I think I'm about ready to give a mass smoothing order. This song again? Okay, I won't complain. Let us start with, first, just smoothing down this little dormitory. That way the dwarves who sleep in here have super happy thoughts about all of the amazing stonework around them. Yeah, I have no idea what the difference is between a beard doctor and a shaman. Any dwarf not wearing a full beard is probably not a dwarf at all. They have them when they come out of the womb, even the women. Dwarves don't come out of the womb covered in placenta. They come out covered in a beard. And kind of like prying open a coconut, you've got to get that beard apart before the dwarf can actually move around. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to give an order to smooth down this entire floor. That'll take my dwarves half a season maybe, and at least at least they'll stop standing around. Except for Metal Slime and Chino here. Chino is telling a story about the early winter of 1877 when Grimmeth became the hammerer of the problematic arrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get some tea while they smooth this out. You guys can jam out to the music for a little bit. Look, I don't know exactly what you guys were talking about, but all I know is that the birth of dwarves is a complicated process. I guess nothing happened while I was gone, huh? People trained, Autumn arrived apparently, and the wrestler looked surprised by the ferocity of the Axe Dwarf's onslaught. So training is going well. Our dwarfs probably don't have any actual equipment to train with, unfortunately. Hairy chrysalis, you guys are disgusting. Okay, I've got a fucking problem. Let me get Dwarf Therapist back up here. Where is... Sort by nothing. I need all of my best miners up here at the top. Furby and Peakunk. Get rid of all of these access jobs. Whatever the hell is slowing you down from getting that mining done, forget about it. You're the only two miners that we've got, which is actually probably a bad thing. So yeah, in order to actually use that medical device to train with, we need cloth. And I can't remember how to get a cloth industry going. Last I knew, the best way to get a cloth industry going was giant cave spiders, capturing them and milking them for their delicious spider silk. This song makes me just want to hop in a car, I can't even remember what the hell they're called now. A convertible, and just go cruising through the night. I wanted to say Corvette, but that's not correct at all. Have you ever seen a Harlequin dwarf Avok? Those are the most terrifying types of baby dwarves, and if they do survive, they end up being some of the best warriors you can have. So useless as in that you can't milk them for their threat, or just useless in the fact that they're not even terrifying anymore? Because some of my most memorable experiences from Dwarf Fortress were running into fucking cave spiders. Okay. That whole room will be refuse. You'll be refuse. And these other two are going to be corpse rooms. Which also reminds me, I need to start getting a tomb built somewhere. I think this is the most rocking song I've got on my playlist. Aww. Someone needs to bring the giant cave spiders back up to their former glory. Surely that would be an easy mod. Let's seal the trash dumps off. I actually, if I was smarter, I would have put the trash dumps behind a double-sealed airlock. So, hey look! A caravan from Logum Stagaz has arrived from the Dwarven Empire. The outpost liaison Wario has shown up. And where is our leader at? I know we've got one. Grimmett the Expedition Leader. Why is your name not giant purple like everyone else's? Your current task is set to eat. But you'll be meeting with the liaison soon to discuss all the various trade agreements that we have with them. What I plan to request is, look at all this shit they're bringing. We need like tons of metal from them, weapons. Trader requested. Let's move all of the crap that we don't need. This could be really good for us, and no, we're not gonna seize all of the dwarf items. We reserved that special treatment strictly for elves. And an Orcish caravan from Renritsu Sanada has arrived, our first contact with the orcs. They come from the Confederacy of Braiding. Their emperor is Goyu Hippikapika. They have a general and a diplomat. And we'll be meeting with... They didn't bring an outpost liaison, so we're just going to be trading with them. Look at all these caravans roll in. If anyone has the Genesis link to the Bay 12 forum thread, can you post it in chat? I don't have it pulled up right now. I don't know how much of Genesis is actually active in this, but Tommy Tapio is continuing to work on it. And Wario says, I am your liaison from the Mountain Homes. Let's discuss your situation, as he meets with Grimmeth. Many months ago, Mallow became expedition leader of the fated channel, replacing Peach, who was forced to step down. I believe Peach actually became a baroness over another settlement. So what do we want from them? I don't care about billion bars, rose gold, none of that fancy stuff. Iron and black steel. We're gonna crank that priority all the way up. Moon silver, steel bars. A lot of this stuff, I don't know how much it weighs or how useful it would be as a sharp weapon. Black steel is always good. Iron and steel you can't go wrong with. Oh, that's not even a scary spider. I should upload the picture of the spider that I saw on my wall the other day. As for weapons, we need hammers. We can choose between claw hammers and war hammers. I definitely don't need anything to train on. Never request ammo. We'll take all that stuff kind of to medium priority. Armor is good and everything to have, but I would much rather have weapons for now. You can send armored dwarfs into combat and they're not gonna win, but if they have weapons, they might. Well then, Wario says, we've finalized the import agreement. Let's look over the documents. So what do they want? No, this is everything that I want. Okay. And yes, I'm willing to pay a premium for them to bring that stuff in. They want daggers, ice axes. I don't have any ice here, Wario. You need to get your information right. Rings, bracelets, hides, ammunition, and rock mugs. Well, you know what? I can craft rock mugs. Wario says, farewell, Grimmeth. I look forward to our meeting next year. Our fortunes will rise and fall together, brother. We can be worthless internet buddies, P-Kunk. What time is it? It's 3:54. I've got basically 2 hours until my internet goes to shit. Within 30 minutes of stopping the stream last night, my internet was like a fifth of the speed that it was. And Nalst D, you've grown attached to a copper dagger. It's not what we are training you for. Actually, I didn't specify what we were training you for, so congratulations. Where are you? There's a way to look at his weapon. He hasn't named it yet or anything. Chalk amulet. Copper dagger in his right hand. It's a copper dagger. But since he's grown attached to it, he will eventually give it a name, and I believe that he will basically refuse to let it go at this point. I don't know if that's scary or sexy, Metal Slime. That's a fine line right there. I mean, if you just put your hand up and cover the bottom 60% of the picture, that's a fight I would get into. I need ropes for these rooms. This is going to be another little training area, that's right. Or I could just make this more gel cells, I don't know yet. Well, I'm a face man, so I definitely got to cover up the ass part. Definitely not a legs man. I think this is the next level that they'll go ahead and smooth down. Okay. So we'll build beds on this side and then traction benches next to them. How can I not have enough doors? I'm gonna have to spend about 10 minutes in Dwarf Therapist soon, getting some of these people ironed out. At this point, I should have dedicated masoners, dedicated crafts dwarves. I shouldn't have a problem getting things produced as I need them. Let's see. I think over on this side I will try to set up a textile industry. Because we need cloth, we need thread. We don't have to make clothes for the dwarfs. They don't care if their clothing runs out and they run around naked. No! I don't want any more. Send them back. More migrants. What is this? This empire was supposed to be dead. I don't have enough names to throw onto these scumbags that are showing up. We're up to 53 now. Set up the blood sacrifice chambers. Good lord. I'm half tempted just to leave them generic. We'll be thankful we have them at some point. It's just not going to be anytime soon. So we'll make you a loom. You can be a loom. A clother's shop. We need a dyer's shop. Start naming them after rappers. I'll end up just naming them after a bunch of video game characters. We'll have like the whole cast of Chrono Trigger in here and Final Fantasy. And what else do we need in here? That's right, I could put some plants around the fortress, kind of make it a little bit more beautiful. Soap maker's workshop, no. Maybe a farmer's workshop in here, then we can... I don't know. We'll figure out the textile industry as we go along, as we enter the industrial age here. Good job, Metal Slime. Things are too happening in the fortress. I don't care for it. What I used to do with my dwarves, I just go, okay, we start with TK421, TK422, so on and so on. And then they're nothing but red shirts. They're disposable. Okay, let's see. Is there anybody in chat that doesn't have one yet? No one's dying, so I don't have to worry about keeping track. Barden, you get one. Oh god, Dwayne Fontaine. Oh, wait, I think I did that wrong. I think I just messed something up. Where did my dwarfses go? I think I erased somebody's name. Oh well. Maybe I messed it up and nobody got a name there. Barden, that's you. Wayne Fontaine. If we see any duplicates running around, we'll just have to fix it. Just Donka. I don't think you've had one in this fortress. If you have, you've been exceptionally quiet. Your dwarf hasn't been up to anything. Newton, you get one. And I believe Wallace Mike. And that's all the named people in chat. If you're a guest and you don't have a name, rest in peace. This can be Sleepy Joe. This one can be... do I have a Revocane in here? I don't think he was here last night. No, Revocane, you did miss the stream last night. You need one. And... let's see... I do remember Jizz Donka yeah, because it was a strange name to give a kid. That's right. These fortresses are already running together for me. Who else do we want in the fortress? How do you spell that? Is that is it Vince McMahon or Mahan Vince McMahon? I'm pretty sure I'm spelling his last name wrong. Someone correct that in chat. And you know, I'm not in the fortress, so this is gonna be plump. That's me. Tunlakite. And nothing happened but a bunch of animals growing up. Jeff's got one running around. And Newton, you've shown up, but you've already been taken by a Fey mood. You were getting ready to install this rock door somewhere when you said, you know what? Installing rock doors is not what I want to do with my life. So you have taken a crafts dwarf mason shop. McMahon? McMahon? I knew it was spelled a little bit weird. McMahon. How the hell is that pronounced McMahon? Vince McMahon? I can't stand when names are spelled completely differently than they're pronounced. Newton's always ready to be triggered. Just let him see the resources that he needs. Oh shit! Don't leave me, merchants. I forgot that I got the game turned up so quick, speed-wise. So let's first check, I guess, and see what the dwarves have to offer. They've got bars of tons of crap, but it's all really expensive. We'll buy some cut stuff. Raw glass? Absolutely. I'd prefer if they had glass, like actual blocks of glass, but that'll do. I'll also gather some clay and stuff, that way I don't have to set up a gathering pit for it. Buy some cheap ropes from them. Traders are great for things you don't want to set up for or don't know how to set up an industry for. I don't need any cages. What animals did you bring us? A cat? A cat in a cage. And a parakeet in a cage. Perfect. Another cat. What the hell is this? A forest cat. Don't much think we need that. A stray cave beetle. Okay. It is a cave beetle in a cage. Costs 130. I think we can take that. This is a pecket. I have no idea what a pecket is. It's pretty expensive though, so maybe it's badass. We can train it to be a war pecket. We probably do have an untrained Cougar D, so after we get done with this trades, all these trades, we'll see what we have to train and set up for you. It's not like you're busy entertaining anyone. You're the worst tavern runners that I've ever seen. A moon silver mace. Training stuff. A copper mace, let's take that. An iron great axe. See, stuff like sun gold, it's just expensive. I don't think it actually serves any other purpose. A sun gold claw hammer. Not as expensive as I thought it would be. A sun gold spear that has a ton of embroidery on it, or maybe not embroidery, but it's got a lot of fancy stuff on it. I don't want to pay that much for it. We'll trade for a couple leather and cloth bins as well. Not the 800 one. Cloth is something that I'm attempting to make in the fortress, but who knows if I'll be able to. Another leather bin. Also, the more you buy from merchants whenever they show up, I probably can't afford all this. I'm dreaming. Okay, let's trade that. Let's trade... This one's worth a lot, wow. It's filled to the brim with amulets and rings. Masterfully crafted by Butch. This is a well-crafted laurel figurine of a Lath Lash relic. This item is a well-designed image of him. The Shroom Dwarf and Dwarves in Laurel by Grimmeth. Grimmeth crafted this while sitting there staring down the elven scumbags. Let's see. And Laurel by Grimmeth. Alath is surrounded by the dwarfs. The artwork relates to the appointment of the Shroom Dwarf Alath to the position of general of the Paint of Rasping in 784. 1,100 years ago, one of our great generals. And Grimmeth felt that it was his duty to study history and remind our dwarves of what our forefathers went through in order to cut out a place in this world, this hellish world. Look at those sun gold bolts. 3,000 for 25 of them. I would literally be crying with every bolt that was shot. Some iron anvils. And tons of food, which I probably don't need due to how much A, we've stolen, and all of the stuff that we're harvesting outside. Ooh, thread. Need to pay attention to that. Some yarn. We're lucky that none of the Fey Moods so far have needed anything I don't have. Raptor leather backpack. Backpacks are useful for your military to carry supplies out into the field. That way they can eat and drink out there. They need flasks, I believe. Or water skins for that. For drinking. There's a bunch of books down here too. Pigtail sheet, parchment sheets. Trader lost. We can't let the trader lose money. They'll say no. We've got to make sure they make a little bit of profit. Perhaps you'd reconsider this superior proposal. The merchant shoots a counter offer to Grimmeth. They want that stuff as well. I'd still get everything I have. God, they'd make a ton of money though. You know what? Fine. I'm not gonna argue with them. Let's see what the dwarves have as well. They show up with a lot more green glass. Some loam. Cheap water skin. All I can afford is to buy their discounted clearance items right now. Bunch of barrels filled with crap. Where's their caged animals at? It's possible that the orcs don't actually cage anything. They just kill it. We do need to trade some stuff with them, though, just in order to get a kind of a repertoire going with them. Because unlike the elves, I don't need them as my enemies as well. So... some parchment paper. We gotta take something more expensive than this. Cobalt? A cobalt Fiji? What is that? This is a superior quality cobalt Fiji. The bell is made from cobalt. The stick is made from olive wood. So this is one of the instruments that we'll eventually have, like, we can set up inside of our tavern in order for bards and people to play. That way they're not just having to recite poetry and sing, they can actually jam out. So no, they've got a buffalo cow, an alpaca, a blue peacock, a mastiff, a horse, a cave tortoise. Let's take that. I don't know where else I would get shells from. Okay, and we'll just give them a bunch of stuff here. Thank you for business. And we're done. Stand down, Grimmeth. You've done a fine job of bartering with those two and dealing with the liaisons. You made sure we didn't get screwed over too hard when it came to the deals. Just wait, Peakunk, until somebody makes a mod or a utility that'll actually create random music based on your dwarves. Like, oh, okay, it's got a percussion instrument, so we need a random percussion track, some strings. It's gonna happen. And congratulations, Newton, you found all the supplies you needed. You're now whittling away or chipping away at your masterpiece right here. Completely oblivious to everything going on in the outside world. Guys, what do I do with refuse? Is there any point in even having stockpiles for it? Like, maybe I need to set this up to be making bone things with. Decorate with bone. I don't care what it is. Find some mugs and put some elven bones on there. We need to start making this place look a little bit eldritch. Toady wouldn't even have to do it mechanical. There's a real small program out there already that makes random music based on the name of the song that you type in. So all someone would have to do is make something like that, and then set it up to read the logs from Dwarf Fortress, kind of like SoundSense does, and you could have it play music like that. The only big thing I'm really waiting on for like SoundSense when it comes to sound is positional sound. That way it only plays like Crafts Workshop sounds and stuff if it's on your screen or around you. The mode situation's not very good. Like I was thinking earlier, I need to really like make these deeper here. This needs to be deeper, that way it's not just one tile to my drawbridge. That can be deeper. At least that way they'll have to climb up 2 Z levels to get inside anywhere. I mean, I guess here they just have to climb up over the wall and then down. And Newton, you've created Nabelitang, a chalk coffer. Let's see. This is the chalk coffer. All crafts, dwarfship is of the highest quality. It's encircled with bands of spellwood. On the item is an image of smooth pebbles and chalk. So, I'm not going to say you were the most creative with your masterpiece, but you definitely put your heart into it. And wait a second, that might be too big. Yeah, it is. I'm kind of aiming to go down to the caverns now. Not necessarily to settle down there, but we're going to open them up and see what's down below. The wrestler's pissed off. My dwarves take their training very seriously. They're already taking the thread and yarn and turning it into cloth automatically. I don't know how I feel about that. Farmer's workshop. Let's process plants to a barrel. Go ahead and spin some thread, shear some animals, milk some animals, just do it all. The digging Olympics in the moat? Pray tell me what the digging Olympics would consist of. Let's see, barracks, sleep. Actually, I need to change all of these doors. And then turn this whole little section into the sleeping barracks. You can sleep there. And that's it. I don't have any place for them to store their equipment yet. We'll need to put some coffers and dressers in there. And eventually my military will all be... They'll be stationed here. They'll train here, they'll sleep here, they can eat here. And any force that tries to come into the fortress will at the very least have to go past them first. That's a good point. Have the hospital reserve some thread. The fucking difficult thing is now I've got to figure out how to do that. Let's see, hospital. I think I need to designate this entire area as the hospital. Thread, cloth. I don't have any soap. Let's see. We're gonna load this room down with containers. This is where all the medical supplies will be. Cabinets. I probably don't need cabinets, but we're gonna place them in here anyways. The cabinets will be where the patient charts are kept. Every time a dwarf comes in here, they'll have to go back, make sure that they've got the proper insurance before we can treat them. And if they don't, tough shit. They should have had a job somewhere, and then they would have had a dwarf insurance. Making soap is a pain in the ass. I can't even remember how to do it right now. We need fat and potash or something like that. I feel like maybe we should have a soap factory up here somewhere. This room feels to me like it's just turning into a jack-of-all-trades room, which I really hate. Oh no! A masterwork of Grimmeth has been lost because we sold it. Better actually check on him. I forgot about that. If you're dwarf, I think maybe that's what the red items are. They're master work pieces. What are your thoughts right now? He's shocked after suffering the travesty of art defacement. I'm sorry, Grimmeth. It was beautiful. We had to sell it. You knew that was going to happen, right? You're not married to anyone. You've still got your tiger following you around. I was worried your character was going to flip a table. You can really send them into a depression spiral. If I would have sold multiple masterpieces, that could have tanked your mood. And then you would have tried to murder everyone. And then your war tiger would have turned on you and ripped your throat out. You see, your war tiger is not just a tool to guard you. It's a tool to guard the rest of the dwarves. I don't think I sold the masterwork to the to the orcs. I'm pretty sure that went with the dwarves. If Grimmeth demands shells, that's fine. We'll just slaughter the turtle that we got. Okay, let's see what else we have for war training. Apparently, nothing. So that cougar, we don't know how to train. Wherever it is. I thought we had one running around. I don't see it in here. There's the silver fox. that still no one has adopted. Jobson, you have a cave tortoise as a pet. It's gonna make it difficult to slaughter it and take its shell. There's the cougar. We'll make it available as a pet. It can't be trained for hunting or war training. We'll make the monkey available for a pet. The cave tortoise hatchling, I'm gonna slaughter you. We want your shell. The honeybees don't care. They'll sting everything. They claim this zone as the danger zone. The bee zone. That's how my bees go out, Mechanical. Whenever they're too old to harvest honey, they just go sting something and remind them that they're in bee country and they shouldn't be messing around. The bees are our true defense. As soon as we get invaded, we just open up the hives and let swarms of bees chase the enemies away. Yes, I get it, Mr. Pickles. We don't have any yarn for you. I'm sorry. I don't have an industry going to shear sheep and stuff yet. So let's see. Where is I need an ashery. Takes a ton of buckets. And instead of stretching this out, we'll start lining some workshops up along this side too. This music reminds me of like a 1950s TV show going off the air. With the credits rolling. Rest in peace, Cave Tortoise. You died young. But we had to get rid of you before someone claimed you as a pet. It was expensive. It got us a lot of money. It was worth, at the very least, half of a grizzly bear. Or those old, annoying TV shows. For those of you that were born in the 90s and we didn't actually have good TV shows on during the day, they were all old reruns. An old Western movie. But not one of the good Westerns. Art is not a mechanism for lesser beings. This whole fortress is going to be a work of art by the time it's done. I don't think that's going to fly over well. Goldini, your name is not Goldini. Okay, so what about masterwork bolts? If we start firing them and embedding them in things, is that going to piss people off? Goldini. Goldini! I used to hate those TV shows, P-Kunk. I'd come home, I'd turn the TV on, hoping for something good to watch, and it would be some horrible old movie that no one wanted to watch even when it was out. Well, if he didn't fix it, then Jobson's gonna piss someone off, no doubt, whenever he goes out there hunting. Okay, what do we need here? We've got an ashery, we've got a dyer's shop, a soap maker's workshop. All of these buckets. I don't have a quern. A quern. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. A bower's workshop. Should probably be closer to the surface. If you can't kill something with masterwork bolts, you don't deserve to be hunting. don't like how those... Okay. That door was never finished. I'm not a big fan of how some of these doors look like this, and some of the doors look like that. It makes my eye twitch. I want all my doors to be exactly the same. I feel like, fell moods and stuff used to be a whole lot more common, like tantrum spirals, keeping your dwarves happy. I feel like all of that used to be a lot harder to do. I haven't had dwarves go mad in a long time, and holy crap. The wrestler and the wrestler are wrestling. Go figure. Okay. So one wrestler is stabbing with a copper dagger, and I think the other wrestler is just regularly fighting with no weapons. They're training hand-to-hand combat versus armed combat. So maybe... let's see. So that's a Laurel door, that would be wood. And then chalk doors do look like dwarves, okay. Wooden doors look like airlocks from Space Station 13. Kind of, the old ones. I thought that they would have fell moods anyways, Metal Slime, even in regular Dwarf Fortress where they would go get the bones and stuff. I didn't think that that was Masterwork specific. Well, the problem is, Barden, they're not being trained by our actual wrestlers. If Vince McMahon was in there, they wouldn't be pussyfooting around. They'd be body slamming each other through tables and stuff. Yeah, the fact I haven't gotten attacked scares me. I might... you know what? I need to... I'm pretty damn sure that sieges are turned on, but let me check here. I didn't turn them on. Population cap is 82. You have to have at least 80 population to get a king. So we will definitely be able to get enough to have Bowser show up. And where is it? Yeah, invasions are turned on. The invasion force can be up to 120 units. Which is thrilling. Each of my dwarves, including the babies, would have to kill at least 2. Oh, I know what you're talking about, the Metal Slime. There goes the War Bear. I thought that it was all equal chances to have a Fell mood or a Fey mood. Or do they only have the Fell moods if they're in a negative mindset at the time? I'm pretty sure that the Bear and Tiger make up at least 5 dwarves apiece. And the Raptor probably 5 as well. So provided we can get them on the front lines, or at least in combat somewhere, we should be good. Let's see, how do you build restraints? It's time to get... oh, I've only got 1 rope, a llama wool rope. Well, never mind. I need to craft a bunch more ropes because we are going to be getting those gel cells set up soon. Nobody knows why the different types of moods happen, so that's kind of crazy. You'd think by now they'd have all that stuff would be mapped out. Maybe it is just completely random. Unfortunately, I cannot turn my horses into war animals. Let's see. Starting to run low on drinks. The enemy can ride things into war, like war bears and stuff. I don't think dwarves have unlocked that tech tree yet, though. I'm probably gonna take about a 5 or 10 minute break here in a moment to go stretch my legs. I need to get up and stretch my side a little bit. See if it'll make it stop throbbing. But so far everything is going good. I can't make any soap from tallow. I don't have tallow, I don't have oil, so how the hell do I make that? Clothers, dyers, farmers, ashery. Make lye. Make potash from lye. Make potash from ash. War turtles? You saw what was happening to the turtle earlier. Our dwarves would never get out of the gate. How about war raptors? We'll ride raptors into battle. So go to the kitchen and do it, huh? Prepare easy meal, let's see. Render fat. So I don't have any fat that I can do anything with. That's great. I don't know what they're doing with my fat. As soon as some of these animals grow up, like these rabbits, oh, there we go. I think I made a mistake with my rabbits. I don't have any males. I thought that I had left one, but it's possible that it got killed somehow. I do have goslings. Let's build those nest boxes that I've been setting on for so long. Nest box. Needs a nest box. So I'm not entirely sure how nest boxes work. Do I need to have my nest boxes set up outside so that they can graze at the same time, or can I build a little small nesting area, you know, down in my fortress somewhere? Before I set a whole bunch of them aside, I need to know exactly what we're doing with them. Pretty sure goblins can bring in flying mounts, so can elves. I believe elves have war eagles, actually, which would be perfect. I would love to just be swooped in on by a bunch of fucking eagled elves. With eagles the size of 3 dwarves. Okay, well, if we can put the nest inside... Let's see. We'll turn this into a little nesting area. Just loop this back here. I hate digging in dirt, but it kind of feels fitting that all of our farming stuff goes on in a dirt level. So how safe are these walls? Because I have them behind a moat, they can't easily be destroyed, right? Like if a Forgotten Beast shows up, I'm pretty sure they just say fuck your walls and punch them down. If a Hill Titan shows up, you know, 30 feet tall, I don't think he cares about your 10-foot tall dwarf wall. It's like an attack on Titan. He's going to come over that wall, he's going to eat your dwarves. As they hang off of him like ornaments on a Christmas tree. What is it? Late autumn. Winter will be here soon. And winter's the most dangerous month. I believe that's when most invasions actually happen. So, before we get down into the nitty-gritty of that, I'm going to let this run again while I step away for about 5 to 10 minutes. I need to go stretch. I need to get another drink. Where should we watch? We'll watch the dwarves here as they party and train. I have not found water yet, Nightblade. But we'll be going down to the Cavern soon as well. Whenever I get back, most likely. I'll continue to build that spiraling nightmare down. What's this handling dangerous creatures stuff I'm coming back to? I like have to get up and go stretch and do jumping jacks and stuff to try and get my side to feel better. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. So I guess nothing happened while I was gone. It's early winter. It's about the time I need to start setting up burrows too. I need less dwarves on the outside. You know, one of the things that we haven't even ran into yet is thieving kobolds, and those are generally the first sign of trouble. Parasitic twin. Oh god, they're gonna cut me open. There's gonna be half a face underneath my skin. And there we go. They've discovered an expansive cavern. Cavern deep underground. Let's end this. Need to reassess what we're doing. So, I can't go up anymore. That's the top of the map right there. I think we could get entrance over here if we're crazy. And there is water down here. So, before we do anything else, let's build a floor over this hole so that no cave scorpions come up here or anything. If you didn't know, scorpions can fly now. Jumping jacks on camera in a low cut top. You guys might get turned on by that, and that's not what I'm here for. That's on my other secret channel that I don't feel comfortable sharing with you guys. Okay, Might was being a little bit conservative about it. Maybe I just wanted to hear you say, yes, yes you would. God damn it. I knew I was gonna do something wrong. Okay, so we actually need ramps here and not at the other end. Whoever's down there mining is trapped. It's Furbe. Who I thought was in the military, but maybe he's not. Okay. Regardless of the fact of whether or not he's dehydrated and hungry and trapped down there, he's still diligently working away, removing all those horrible eyesores. Some more masterpiece bolts. Chances are we won't even use the bolts. I'll just sell them. That's too much money to pass up. I don't think you walled off the scorpions. You did not wall off the scorpions, somebody else is going to. If I'm not mistaken, you can't. Because the only job action you have enabled is mining. You're a legendary +1 miner. You look at stone, and it crumbles before you. Also, there's so many people standing around. This is ridiculous. I need... Let's see. Can I sort this by job, like what they're doing right now? Forage, sleep, idle, break. You guys don't need breaks. All of you right now who think you get a break, congratulations. You've been recruited to the Stonecutters Union. You don't have... Oh, hey, we've got a guest. A goblin adventurous wrestler who is socializing right now. I wish we could get some guests that weren't goblins. So I'm really not interested in having them stay here. Stored instruments, goblets. Like, right now, I have no goblets in my tavern. It says I have no boxes or bags. So, I need to remove these. I've got to get my tavern set up and desirable to people. No, I don't want elves. I want dwarves to come visit. I want a legendary dwarven jazz band to show up. So, container, I think, is what we need here. Coffers and chests, and these are cabinets. Okay. So I've got tons of chalk coffers that actually should be right. And I think what they'll do is they'll actually store the mugs in there, which we need to go craft a bunch of. I need to add some more hotkeys. 1, 2. Actually, maybe for 2. Hotkeys never zoom exactly where you center them at. You kind of got to test around. There we go. This can be 3. I don't care about the hospital. 4. Those ramps still aren't built. I guess you're not dying. Within the last season, he was uneasy after being able to pray to a Gek for so long. And Furbe, your motto is, in life you should work hard, then work harder. I feel like that's a popular saying amongst our dwarfs. Even though they don't live up to that motto, as they all want to stand around. Peakunk is singing. He's taken a step up from his poetry. This is what he is singing. The flower of incense is a form of music used for entertainment originating in somewhere. No one can remember where. The form guides musicians during improvised performances. 3 singers recite nonsensical words and sounds. The entire performance should feel agitated and piss everyone off. The melody has long phrases throughout the form, and only one pitch is ever played at a time, preferably the most annoying pitch they can come up with. It's performed using the Kulet scale, and then the Uvel rhythm. Throughout, when possible, performers are to alternate tension and repose. Good lord. And you guys can just read about what that song is. It goes into the pentatonic scale that it has, the various beat and how many bars that it has. So all I'm imagining Peakunk doing right now is doing the whole Dumb and Dumber thing. Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? And that's what he's doing, as for some reason everybody decides to listen. Okay. Kefka the Dwarven Child is playing make-believe. There's no specific information on the imaginary friends that he's playing with, but he seems to be a little bit megalomaniac about it. Megalo. I didn't word that properly, but whatever. I remember that wooden triangle he invented. That thing was glorious. And also, I see a bunch of distressed animals. Let's get them. That. All of these animals for now, except the war ones and the fox, need to be up in the animal pasture. Otherwise, they'll starve. Grimmeth, is that the Dumb and Dumber thing? Aesop has become a wrestler. I don't know why it doesn't tell me who the actual dwarf name is. They, like, who you are. They want to use your dwarven name, and I don't know who that is. Making instruments is kind of complicated from what I remember. I should have more than enough barrels by now, so let's see. Somewhere, apparently not under the carpenter's area, let's make a bunch of animal traps and cages. We'll get some cage traps set up real soon outside our fortress. It'll help slow down the first wave of bullshit that shows up. Where's the blocks at? That's wooden bolts. Good lord, so much crap. Ivory, yarn crafts, cloth crafts. Make instrument pieces. So we can make instrument pieces or instruments. Like, we probably need to start with just pieces first. These are all the various parts we can craft here. What did Peakunk say? Is there a dwarf trapped somewhere that they shouldn't be? So it wouldn't surprise me. The Nilgin chime makes up the bulk of the instrument. Hammers are used by the musician to strike the instrument and produce a sound. Let's make some chimes and hammers. I'm just gonna make like one part of everything that we can. And yeah, a stray buffalo calf has starved to death. Congratulations. Probably should have slaughtered it. I knew something bad was gonna happen to it. However, we're fine on food and drinks. We've got 69 barrels of raspberry wine floating around. I thought that I made some nest boxes. Something that you have to make ramps to go down? That's kind of strange. I don't know how you make ramps that go down. Normally you just have ramps along a wall. So I think what I need to do is... Who's down there? It was Furbe, right? I'm gonna have to give you masonry, because you're gonna have to build your own damn way out. I'm not crafting anything else. I'm not gonna hammer out a bunch of ramps and stairs out of the stone that I don't need to. Okay, so... Furbe, I hope you've still got... Oh god, he actually died. You did starve, Furbe. We didn't even get an update. I apologize. I guess there is no one that can build these ramps now. I'm gonna have to do something ridiculous. So, our first death. And I guess I'm just gonna channel that out. Actually, no, that's not right either. Channel that out. Okay. I really dislike how that looks, but whatever. So, we need to build a place for him to be buried at. Maybe down here we can have our first little crypt. That makes me sad that we lost our first dwarf by starvation. So we'll have, let's see, coffins all up and down the center. And leave a few pillars to be engraved. maybe we can tell Furbe's story on one of these pillars at some point. As Furbe looks into the darkness, having breached the caverns, he realizes there's no way out of his predicament. And Furbe the miner has been found dead by Vince McMahon. Rest in peace, Furbe. You deserved to go out differently. That's definitely not the most glorious death a dwarf could have. What's up with this blacklist? Why does it keep popping up in my chat saying blacklist updated? Are people getting banned and I can't see it? If you had any next of kin, Furby, we'd pass your items on to him. Banning new words? Huh. Who's being bad on the blacklist? I don't see any of my mods that I think would be fucking with it. It's probably just Hitbox being Hitbox again. Yeah. Good old Hitbox. A dwarven child has been stung by a honeybee. Kefka will never forget the outrage. The time a bee flew up his nose. It's possible that Hitbox is updating the blacklist. Maybe they're adding specific words to the auto ban list. Like, see, I don't understand why it says their names here. I think I have to maybe change their titles too. Does it keep adding them back to it automatically? God, that's weird. The channel's been taken over. Revy, are you compromised? Maybe somebody's trying to type, but they're typing into the blacklist instead. It's a mystery that we'll never know. Because Hitbox doesn't provide any activity logs to show what's going on. Maybe that's why Revo Kane got rid of all of his mods. Now it's just the bot to hold responsible. Sadly, I don't even see where the blacklist options are. Like, I've been clicking through all of the screens I've got over here, and I can't get any information on it. Pretty soon the entire dictionary will be added there and no one will be able to talk at all. The little lightning bot. I don't even have a little lightning bot. The little lightning bolt? Oh, okay. I've never had to actually adjust that before. Actually, when I click on the lightning bolt, it doesn't show me the blacklist at all. I think it's different because you're a mod and I'm actually the channel operator. Just start speaking in Pig Latin and you'll be perfectly fine. So there's a bot. One of you is a bot. Even if you don't know it. See, in my blacklist, it doesn't show any words at all. I do blame Revocane. Maybe it's his bot. His bot's taken over his account. And now it's spilling over into my channel. And he's awfully quiet right now, too. I updated the blacklist that time. This is one of the things like Hitbox is really lacking on. Whenever I go to my activity log, it should show me what my mods are doing. It should show me which mod has banned people, which mod has updated the blacklist. It needs more in-depth accountability tools. It got longer? Oh my god. Hang on. I'm gonna refresh my dashboard here. So this is the mystery that we get to solve now. Maybe House is staying at Revs. Oh my goodness, these are all just simple words. It seems like it's pulling words from chat too. Like if you guys chat, it pulls a word randomly from it. This is a mystery I didn't think we'd be having to deal with tonight. Huh. 50% less miners, that's true. We'll have to fix that. So who wants to become a miner? Who's not actually doing anything? Deeds? Congratulations. Mad Max? Congratulations. You both get to become miners. We'll have to get 2 more in order to replace Furby's amazing talents. But at this point, I don't think we've got very much choice. Oh god, I hate doing this. But I'm gonna have to just reset all of this until we find out what's going on with the blacklist, because it's got like 50 words on it now. If for some reason removing all of the mods doesn't fix it, then it's possible my account's compromised, but I don't see how. I have dual authentication. They would have to have my phone in order to even log in. Okay, well, the blacklist has been updated. All of the mods have been struck down and brutally murdered. One of you mods has a virus on your computer. Either that or you're malicious. And I don't think any of you were actually malicious. Let my people talk! Well, if there's Revy left, yeah, I don't know how you didn't get struck down and all that. Congratulations, Revy, you survived the accident. It was pulling words from the last couple messages. So as we talked about Revy, somebody being at Revy's house, it added that string of words to the blacklist. It's actually kind of hilarious. I'm gonna kill you, Revy. Well, he did a good job. It was a good coup, yeah. I'm gonna bring people back in slowly. We'll filter you all and see which one of you does not update your computer and run virus protection. Okay, my militia dwarfs down there are doing fine. Sick 'em, Revy. He called you out. Go for his throat. Okay, let's see. We need coffins. Burial receptacles. That's such a horrible term for them. Burial receptacles. Like a trash receptacle. See you, mechanical. Have fun on your shopping spree. If you don't want to get Windows 10, you need to download the GWX control panel. There's also another one called Never 10, and if you get either of those, it'll remove any of the updates and stuff on your computer that could possibly trigger Windows 10 update. So you don't have to worry about it. Because honestly, that's some underhanded bullshit that Microsoft is doing. I don't want Windows 10. I'd cry if I woke up with Windows 10 on my computer. The amount of stuff that would destroy. I've heard of people having auto update turned off and it still happened. It could be that those people are mistaken, like a lot of people are when it comes to those things. Of course I had it turned off and it still did it. But did you really? I'm gonna need some more farmers' workshops because that milking the alpaca is taking forever. W. And then what else don't I have? Gaming tables. I think every workshop that we specifically need, maybe except a jeweler's. That really doesn't belong here in the dirt level, but whatever. I'm gonna be really surprised if Microsoft doesn't get some type of class action lawsuit against them for this Windows 10 thing, because the amount of people reporting that, you know, their computers updated in the middle of something or while they were gone, like businesses and stuff, and the amount of income they've lost due to it, someone's gonna sue them. And if they do, you better make sure you get in on that. That way you can get $10 rebate on the next Microsoft purchase 15 years from now when it finally ends in court. Well, I think Revocaine and Revi are good. This is how you tech support and troubleshoot. Remove everything and start from scratch. When you find the problem part, throw it in the garbage. I have Windows 7, and the only thing that disappoints me about it is that I don't have the true 64-bit version. I can only use 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of 32. And I have 32. Grimmeth? It's you. Judas. That's really weird. Like, as soon as he went in, that added like 50 words to the blacklist. I didn't think I'd be doing tech support on the stream. Can I charge? Here's my bill. You have a virus or something. But the question is, what type of script or anything would be adding words to the blacklist? That's such a strange worm or whatever it is. I don't even know. What browser are you using? Is it Firefox? And John Cena has withdrawn from society. He's a leather worker. He knows how to work that skin until it's taut and supple. I think that might actually be a contradiction, but whatever. He knows how to work the skin. And he's gonna go craft something out of somebody's body right now. So what do we got? You claimed a leatherwork. Yeah, Apartheid's name got somebody really salty, one of my longtime viewers, who I was actually sad to see go. But Aparth has been around forever. And I'm not in the habit of telling people you've got to change your name, because where do I draw the line whenever I become the thought police? I don't accept anything from viewers. Y'all scare me. I'm like a ship sailing on the ocean, and you guys might be good ships. Or you could just be a bunch of fucking pirates. John Cena has begun a mysterious construction. He didn't need much stuff in order to begin his masterpiece. Yeah, that I can't remember his name right now, but he'd been with my channel since like the very beginning. I think he was one of the first 118 I had. I remember 118 because I took down all the names of my first viewers there, put it in a notepad, and took them through a couple dwarf forts. How many things are blacklisted? Nothing should be blacklisted anymore. Yeah, nothing's blacklisted. It's completely empty. It probably was something personal. People don't get upset like that unless they've... Well, I don't want to say that they've had to have been through it, because there's a lot of people out there that look for any reason at all to get triggered by things. But yeah, he might have had something serious. But it's the internet, it's a big world. You just gotta accept it. Now, if you were in chat with that name spewing all types of hateful stuff, then that would be an easy thing to deal with. Yeah, there's nothing on the blacklist now. The Axe Dwarf collapses on the ground from exertion, and John Cena has made a hoary marmot suede quiver. Who will take that into battle? Maybe it'll be Jobson while he goes hunting. This is a hoary marmot suede quiver. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with emerald-cut dendric agates and decorated with hoary marmot suede. The object is adorned with hanging rings of chalk and menaces with spikes of horse leather, dendric agate, and iron. So thanks, asshole, you used the iron bars that we'd been saving up. Yeah, you'll die out in the forest there. I'm sure of it. It seems like it might... What browser are you using, Grimmeth? It seems like it might be some type of just little malware. It probably isn't even anyone specifically on it. It's just a script that automatically is adding it to the blacklist. If you're on Firefox, I bet it wouldn't happen on Chrome. My biggest concern, if it is something like that, what else is it doing? It's able to input words. Is it a keylogger as well? Is it able to, like, send all of your keystrokes back somewhere? The fact it's able to interact with the browser at all as well is strange. I don't know, I'm just saying it's weird, Grimmeth. It's Bonsai Buddy is what it is. It's back. And it's trying to communicate with us through the blacklist. It's trying to become sentient finally. Is Windows trying to update the blacklist? If you hop into your dashboard on Hitbox, Grimmeth, does it update your blacklist? Like if you're setting in your chat channel? I guess, it was only also blacklisting words that were popping up in chat, so there'd have to be chat for it to grab onto. You probably do have it, Metal Slime. The old faithful browser herpes. It's also possible that Grimmeth doesn't have it, and somebody just started adding him as soon as I added Grimmeth. They're trying to sabotage him. It's a scheme, it's a plot by the Illuminati to drive a wedge between me and the old Grims. I didn't see the blacklist get updated. Still nothing on there for me. The most interesting thing of the stream so far, in my opinion, has been this. I wish I had chat overlaid on my video. Because the people on YouTube have no idea what I talk to you guys about. Hitbox doesn't have the cool feature that Twitch does, where it replays your chat next to the video. Cops can't decide if someone's guilty or not. It's up to the judge, to the jury, and to the public. Even if you're found innocent, they might still find you guilty. And it's just saving right now, guys. There we go. Yeah, this place is... I'm at a loss for words. It's too peaceful. And it really shouldn't be. I have a feeling it's just the calm before the storm. It wants us to get built up. And then it's gonna just kick our teeth in. Let's smooth down all of this. We have too many dwarfs standing around. Let's not count you out yet, Metal Slime Hunt. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes. Your test results haven't been fully certified. Tear down the walls. My fortress is wide open. The walls aren't actually doing anything right now. Does it burn when you type Metal Slime Hunt? Do you need a treatment of antibiotics? And the stray rabbit has been found dead. Wario? Or Ultimate Warrior has been elected mayor. What? Blacklist updated? Oh my god, it's here. It's still here. Yeah, someone's trolling, I don't know who. It's maybe I've got something. I've got the AIDS. I don't know why that thing was found dead. Possible that I've got too many animals. Let's just butcher some. I fucked up with my rabbits by not having a mal, so... Goodbye, rabbits. I'm going to butcher all of you. Keep all of that stuff. Shots are fired everywhere! Who's friend and who's foe? Whenever you guys say Rev, I have no idea if you're talking about Revy or Revo Kane. You have to understand, I've raided in Final Fantasy XIV with Revy for a year and a half, and that's what I've called him, as Rev. You know, the worst part about this, especially if you're out there, guy with the blacklist, is that I have to click through all of these words. Okay, blacklist is back to normal. You guys should be able to talk. We'll see what happens with this blacklist. Night of the Haunted Blacklist. I'm just going to assume you're all infected blacklist zombies at this point. I can't see that picture. For some reason it won't even let me click on the link. Normally it lets me. I blame Hitbox. Rev, you're the one who normally deals with zombies. Why aren't you taking care of this crap? Get to the bottom of this mystery. The mystery deepens. That is blacklisted. The blacklist is empty again. So if it says that you can't type, refresh your browser. I'm gonna have to do some research today and see what I can find on the old Googles. I'm curious what this could be. You know what it is? It's the elves. They're striking back the only way they know how, the elf resistance. They know that they can't actually fight back against us because we have their tiger now. So they have to sabotage chat. And an Orcish Caravan has arrived. So, you guys have tested two browsers, and it's been Firefox and Chrome. Because Grimmeth, didn't you say you used Chrome? And Metal Slime, you used Firefox? Twitch mod admin. Where are they at so I can ban them from my channel? Can I do that? They've abused their powers for too long. Oh, what do we got to trade? Probably tons of stuff. Grimmeth, your presence is requested. Can you ban a Twitch admin? Or I mean a Hitbox admin that shows up? That's what I was thinking of. I know they show up with their fancy symbols and everything, so that they can easily be distinguished. So who else can we test for AIDS here? Oh look! Al Baki has sent another trade caravan to us. They still haven't learned their lesson, and they sent even more this time. I know what they're doing. They're trying to make a tithing to us. If you guys gave Hitbox a virus that's really weird. So, for some reason, I don't think I can have any more. It's not anybody specifically. I just don't think I can have any more moderators than I do, unless it's one of the moderators I've already got. This is ridiculous. So that was the quickest, the shortest lived promotion I've ever seen. Congratulations. There's moderator cross feedback. Okay, they're having some type of feedback issue with too many moderators. Their thoughts and hatred are, I don't know where I'm going with this. There's got to be some logical explanation for the blacklist. The blacklist jazz stream. It was probably that guy who was in here last night wanting me to use his bot. I can't remember which bot that was for the channel. Are you saying someone tipped him off? Is Revocaine part of the Hitbox Illuminati? Revo just had inside information. Seb something. Try promoting someone who hasn't been a mod? Larian, have you been a mod? I don't think you have. I just don't see how anybody except me and the mods could have any type of access at all to the blacklist. And I can guarantee that my account's not been taken over. If it was, they'd be streaming porn right now, probably. My mind's been completely taken off of the game, Metal Slime. I've got a technical problem that I'm troubleshooting. And to me, that's more fun than this. I used to do tech support. We do need to get these tombs set up, though. We need to get you buried before you come back as a ghost and decide to haunt us. There we go. Okay, so it's got to be a hitbox problem. You're all fired, every single one of you. I don't care. I'll just take the power into my own hands. I like getting my hands dirty and banning people, and I'm not distracted enough by the game that I can't pay attention to chat 24/7. This is now a dictatorship. The council has been dissolved under my wisdom. Whatever it is, it's perfect. And I think we should all just agree to blame Hitbox. After what it did to my stream last night, I'm blaming them anyways. I'm gonna have to start winding the stream down here. Regardless of what's going on. Tonight has just been a very fucking mellow run for the fortress. We've built up our population to 52. We've got a military squad slowly training. Rooms are set up, a hospital is being built. We found the caverns. There was something else that I wanted to do, and I have already forgotten it. This was important. I needed to do it before I ended the stream. That's right, I wanted to trade. I need to get my head back in the game. What do we got? Let's check out the orcs first, because we're just going to steal everything that the elves have. Oh, we're going to rob the elves again, you can be sure of it. So first, let me put all... Well, whoever owned those clothing. Furby, are you the one who starved to death? That's your clothing. Your pigtail socks and gloves. We're gonna sell those to the orcs. You didn't have any next of kin. And you're not taking them with you to the afterlife. I really don't want to sell the ropes, though. I'm gonna have to do this all by hand. The ropes are important enough, I have to keep them. Okay. So what do you have that we want? Take all the bars. We've got $4,600 to work with. Well, more like $3,000, because they want to make a pretty hefty margin on everything. Even though Grimmeth is an excellent trader and an amazing broker, they still don't give us much leeway. Let's see, what do you have? Do you have anything in a cage that would be fun to turn into a war creature? A bucket, no. A copper warhammer, and let's take the cobalt mace. I didn't make him starve to death. He's the one who removed those ramps. I might have given the order, but he's still the one who followed through. Take all this leather. I wish that the merchants would show up with things like fat and soap. The most difficult things in this game to get. Tons of leather. John Cena should be pleased with that. Buy a bunch of anvils. It's not going to be too much longer. Tomorrow night, or I guess tonight now, depending on how you want to look at it, we will be breaking down into the caverns and setting up a small squad down there, and possibly getting started on the metal industry finally. We need suits of armor and we need actual weapons. Backpacks, take all of those. Take all of the quivers. Most of them anyways. And how about that? And this book. I don't know what it is. It's the Foundations of Reasoning. This is a goose parchment scroll. The rollers are made from biotite. Written on the item is a manual entitled Foundations of Reasoning, authored by Norakumi Wonderbusts. It concerns dialect reasoning. The writing is vicious, but it's not too bad. And for the elves, how droll, he says. Yeah, he says how droll because I didn't have anything to steal, but we're taking all of this stuff from him. You do have a coffin now. We've got a small little tomb built. Hopefully we won't have to fill it up and expand it anytime soon. I can't believe they brought all this stuff. If Dwarf Fortress was even more in-depth than it was, though, I would be hesitant to steal any type of wood from the elves. Because what if I steal a chair and it comes to life in my fortress? Look at all these anvils they brought me. They must have killed a bunch of dwarves on the way here. Can't believe you elves were so foolish to bring this much tribute. If this doesn't start a war, I don't think anything would, except maybe me killing them just outright. Elves, thank you. Grimmeth nods to the elves and says, "Thank you once again for your tribute. Now go back to your masters and tell them we will not bow to their demands. And we're definitely not going to be conducting any type of diplomatic relations with them." And Ultimate Warrior has imposed a ban on certain exports. Are you serious, Ultimate Warrior? Export of maces is prohibited, which is good. I actually approve of that, Ultimate Warrior. As you know, maces are eventually going to be the standardized weapon for our forces. However, I need to fix his name. Otherwise, it's gonna bother me. There we go. The orcs just chuckle and laugh as the elves pack up the remaining things that they have. Little pieces of bark and dirt that aren't even worth our time. They hurl insults in the direction of the elves. No one in this world gives the elves any respect at all, and they shouldn't either. I don't really have a whole lot for you to do right now, P-Kunk. We've got the caverns. You'll be leading, like, the mining expedition down into the caverns, so you might be bored now, but we have no idea what awaits us on the other side. There could be cave spiders here, or some type of lizard men. You're just resting right now before the apocalypse happens for you. See, Guys, Revocane wasn't here last night for our history on the elves. He doesn't know what they are. I'm sure he's being sarcastic by saying they're cute, but maybe you guys can give him a little back history of the elves and what we talked about last night. Trying to get him up to speed here. There are dark elves in this world. I believe they're called dusk elves. And they will wreck your shit. I'm pretty sure they don't take any prisoners, they don't deal trade. They raise, pillage, and destroy. That's right, you guys can't post pictures or anything now. Are you joking me? Some more migrants have arrived. Maybe that's why you guys lost your your mod privileges, because of pictures like that. So we're up to a population of what? This is a good time to end it. We're up to a population of 67. That migrant wave right there is definitely a military squad. Actually, one thing we could do tomorrow night is switch over some of you guys to military, and then start transitioning some of these NPCs over to civilian life, because I want you guys to get all the glory in combat and stuff. Please name one of the dwarves blacklist. Okay, the bower here. Blacklist 2016, never forget. And I'll name the rest of these dwarves tomorrow night, because I'm not even going to bother with it right now. Furbe, I think when you come back, you can lead the next squad of dwarves. No, Blacklist isn't going to be the commander. Blacklist is probably going to turn out to be a vampire that kills half the fort. Spoiler alert, one of you guys is a vampire. You've got to be by now. With 69 dwarfs, not 67. The odds that we don't have a vampire or a werebeast of some type in our midst is basically zero now. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here. I'm gonna end the stream. It won't be too much longer before my internet starts dying anyways. So, with any luck, this will be uploaded to YouTube for those of you that missed it. I did make a local recording this time, so provided I didn't screw up the settings there too much, it will actually work. What do you mean, wait? Do I look like a waiter? Update the hitbox blacklist. No. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. It's been fun. I know a whole lot didn't happen in this fortress tonight, but hey, it's Dwarf Fortress. We're building an empire. One brick and one dead elf at a time. Even though we don't have any dead elf shit. That day will come. I'll see you guys later.